The engine was still ticking when I stepped out of the Corvette Z06. Heat shimmered off the hood like a warning. She was already there, hands shaking, lawyer hovering, confidence rehearsed. She slid the envelope across the cafe table like a blade. Divorce papers, meant to end me. I didn't open them. I didn't blink. I signed where the tabs waited, slow and neat, and slid them back. "So," I said, calm as the idle of a V8, "what's your plan now, sweetheart?" Her smile died right there. We didn't start this way. We started with mornings that felt earned, coffee steaming, sunlight forgiving. We built a life on shared jokes and careful promises. I believed in the small rituals, notes in lunchboxes, a hand squeezed twice to say I'm here. I trusted the quiet. That was my mistake. The first crack wasn't loud. It was an invoice paid twice, a calendar alert that wasn't mine, a late night explained too quickly. I noticed how she began to narrate her own innocence. Innocent people don't do that. They just exist. Then came the tell, a forwarded email that wasn't meant for me, legal language disguised as logistics, words like valuation, temporary orders, spousal support. The sender's name wasn't hers, it was his, a friend from spin class, an attorney who smiled too much. I felt the pain arrive like a bruise you don't see until morning. I let it bloom. I let it teach me where not to touch. Then I planned. Silence is a skill. I mastered it. I hired my own counsel, quiet, surgical. We mapped assets she thought were invisible, traced shell accounts she assumed I'd never notice. I pulled statements at night, learned the rhythm of money the way you learn an opponent's breathing. I documented everything, dates, texts, gaps. Truth doesn't need to shout, it stacks. I moved without moving. I sold nothing publicly. I bought nothing loudly. The Corvette? Leased under an LLC she didn't know existed, funded by a patent royalty she'd mocked years earlier. Your little ideas, she'd said. They matured without her. When she served me, she thought she was ending a story. She didn't know she was stepping onto a stage. The cafe was glass and steel, people watching without listening. Perfect. Her lawyer began explaining terms like he was reading weather. I let him finish. Then I slid my folder across. Copies crisp, highlighted, merciless. Her accounts, her transfers, the timeline that put her spin class in another state. The prenup addendum she forgot we signed when I sold my first company. The clause that protected my future income and penalized deceit. The room cooled. Her lawyer stopped smiling. He read faster, then slower. He asked for a moment. I nodded. She didn't look at me. She stared at the papers like they might bite. I stood. The chair whispered across tile. Outside, the Corvette waited, low, predatory. I turned back once. "I signed," I said, "because I don't fight endings. I curate them." She followed me out, voice breaking, not apologetic, strategic. "You can't do this," she said. I smiled. I already did. The fallout wasn't cinematic. It was administrative. Accounts frozen, motions withdrawn. Her leverage evaporated. The affair partner vanished the moment consequences arrived. Funny how courage leaks when the lights turn on. Court came and went. The judge spoke softly. Numbers moved where they belonged. I kept what I built, she kept what she earned, which was less than she expected and more than she deserved. On the last day, she tried to speak to me in the hallway, said my name like it was a key she'd misplaced. "We were happy," she said. "We were convenient," I corrected, "until we weren't." I drove home with the windows down. The Z06 didn't roar, it hummed, satisfied. Power doesn't need to announce itself, it just arrives on time. Now, when I think of betrayal, I don't taste bitterness, I taste clarity, the kind that sharpens decisions and trims lies to size. I learned that love without respect is a loan with compounding interest, and I learned how to collect. I didn't win by humiliating her. I won by refusing to be small, by letting the truth do the heavy lifting while I kept my hands clean. People ask if I miss her. No, I miss who I was before I needed to become this precise. The papers are filed, the garage is quiet, the future is mine, measured and exact. And if she ever wonders what my plan was, it was simple: sign, smile, drive away.